Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Now, the item I'm reviewing today is something that totally different than what I normally review. I'm always into sort of DIY. I've done all the DIY in our house. My job was a gas engineer for 42 years, and so anything with tools, wood, metal, stuff like that, I'm not too bad at. What I'm terrible at is cooking. Now, cooking has never attracted me at all. Um, I've hated every sort of thing about it. I've never really wanted to get into it. I'm not really into cooking programs or anything. And since my wife died, all I've sort of done for myself is like beans on toast type things and ready meals and stuff like that. I mean, I could sort of like defrost stuff and put it in the microwave and that. But I've never cooked anything in the oven or on the. I've got like a halogen oven that I cook burgers and sausages and chips in and things. But one thing I haven't cooked for ages now is eggs, and I do like eggs. But to my mind, and I know it sort of seems stupid to most people, they just seem so much hassle to cook. Even a boiled egg, you've got to get a pan of water on the hob, and I don't use my gas hob for anything now. It's just microwave or me halogen oven thing, and cook it and time it right, or get the frying pan out, fry it and poach it. So I was in Home Bargains today, and I saw this. Now, I saw one of these, an egg cooker, in Lidl's the other week, and I was tempted to get it, but I didn't bother at the time. But I saw this in Home Bargains today. How much was it? It was £7.99. 7 egg cooker, and it'll poach eggs, do hard boiled eggs, and looking at the instructions, you can do omelettes as well. I don't think I'll be getting as sophisticated as an omelette. And coincidentally, it's by the Hairy Bikers. Now, I did say before I don't watch cooking programs. They do nothing for me, cooking programs, apart from this one. And I'm not just saying that because I bought this. I'd have bought it no matter who was on the box. But I really do love watching the Hairy Bikers. I think it's the accent of the two guys, the friendship between them, the way they go around on motorbikes, and they give you a bit of history of where they're going. And if I was to get into cooking, it would be by watching these two. So I believe Dave, this guy here, Dave Myers, is a bit poorly at the moment. So if they're watching this, and I doubt very much they are, I hope you get better soon, Dave. So yeah, it's just an egg cooker. And let's just see what's in the box. I'll do this unboxing, and then I'll have a go, and I'll film me cooking some eggs, boiling or whatever. But like I said, this is just the unboxing. I'll have a practice first before I film anything. But you get the instruction book. I've had a quick read through this, and it tells you about you can cook them soft, medium or hard, yeah, depending on the amount of time you cook each one for, and how to do poaching eggs and omelettes and that. So we'll do that very, very shortly, but I'm not even had it out of the box yet. So let's have a look what you get. Okay, so that's the unit itself, with, I would say the lead was about 1 metre long, moulded on plug as usual. And you've got a clear plastic lid. If these shapes on the top are relevant, I shall tell you while I'm filming the actual cooking, but I don't know whether that's probably just the handle to get it off. It's got 2 holes in the top there. And you've got this. I haven't a clue what these bits do until I actually give it a try. Got that dish there, plastic dish. You've got this thing here. Now this is a measuring cup, and it's also got in the bottom of it a spike there. And I had a quick read of the instructions. You put your egg on there if you're boiling it, and that spike just pricks the bottom. So the broad part, the widest part of the egg, put there. Just put the little hole in the bottom with that spike. And you've got this thing that holds your 7 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I don't know whether this actual dish thing comes out or not. No, I think that is it. That's in there permanently. That's the bit that gets hot, obviously. And you got your switch on the front here. Reading the bottom of it, it is a cooker, 220, 240 volts, power 350 watts. So a fair amount of power consumption, but nothing like a tenth as much as or an eighth as much as a kettle. So 350 watts, and reading it takes 6 to 8 minutes, I think, to do the eggs. Like I say, you got the hairy biker's badge. That's not a sticker; it's actually in the paintwork. There's a proper painted on, and it feels, the plastic feels quite nice. Doesn't scream cheap at you or anything like that. So yeah, so that's what's in the box. I don't think there's anything more of interest on the box. I'll just hold the bits up. You can freeze frame it if you want to read them. Okay, so that's it unboxed. So I'll go and set it up in the kitchen now. Let's see. Actually, this is the first time I bought eggs since my wife died over a year ago. So I'm quite looking forward to having a boiled egg or something like that. All I've had egg-wise is like Scotch eggs. Okay, so I'm going to go absolutely along with the instruction book. I've got the instruction book here, and I'm going to read it to you as it says in here. So the first thing is fill the measuring cup, which is this, up to the firmness mark required, taking into account the number of eggs to be cooked. Now, it doesn't mention about the number of eggs, you know, do you increase it more, less, or whatever. Now, the other day I cooked all 7 because the grandkids came round, so we cooked 7 eggs at once on just using the normal medium and hard amount of water on here, and they turned out fine. So why they put that bit in, I don't know, but it's a bit hard to see on here. But on one side of this you've got medium, hard, and custard. Now, there's nothing mentioned in the instruction book about making a custard, but obviously that's going to take the longest amount of cooking because it's the most amount of water. And on the other side you've got soft, medium, hard, and custard. So obviously the amount of water that goes onto this, the hot plate, if you will, it's not cooking as long, as many minutes for soft as it is for hard, so you need more water. Now, on this demo, I'm going to cook 2 eggs, and I'm going to take one out when it reaches the amount of minutes for soft, and one out when it reaches the amount of minutes for hard. So I'm going to put the amount in for hard eggs. So I'm just at the sink now, putting the water in. So we're enough water up to the hard now. Put that on there. Now, on the bottom of this measuring cup is a little spike, and the next one it says is pour the water onto the heating plate, then follow the instruction for the style of cooking required. Boiling eggs. This is for boiling eggs. Fill the measuring cup to the desired level with cold water, with C above. Pour the water onto the heating plate. Sit the egg rack in position. There. Use the piercing pin on the base of the measuring cup to pierce the larger end of each egg and place onto the egg rack with the pierced holes uppermost. So that seems to be the thingy. So I can see that. I'll try and get it at the right angle, but so just pierce that. That's it, that's gone right through. You can see that little hole, and the other one, the same. There's a little hole. So we'll put them equidistant apart. Plug it into the socket, obviously we've done that. Place the cover on. We've done that. Press the on-off switch, which will illuminate to indicate the egg cooker is working. See the cooking timetable below, and it says here in the instructions all the cooking times. So for soft it's 7.5 minutes, medium 8.5 minutes, and hard 9.5 minutes. So I'm going to start the stopwatch going, turn it on. As you can see, it illuminates blue at the front, and I'm going to start my timer on my phone. So I'm going to sort of turn off the camera now till it reaches nearly the 7.5 minutes, and we'll come back when it's getting to there. Okay, so as you can see, we're coming up to nearly 7.5 minutes now. 7 minutes is now, so another 30 seconds. As you can see, quite a lot of condensation on the bottom. I can see it boiling away. You'll see that in a minute. This outside gets pretty hot. I can't barely stand that, and there's quite a lot of steam coming out of here. So as soon as another 15 seconds, I'm going to take the lid off with this little tab. It's right at the top of the screen there, but there's a little tab that's cool to hold. I can easily hold that, no problem. 5 seconds. So that's 7.5 minutes now. You probably see the water bar. I'm going to, wow, that's hot. Whip that one out. Put the lid back, and I'm going to carry on for another couple of minutes with that one. Let's see what this one's like. I have 2 minutes to do this. I'll move my thing, try and get it in shot. So let's see how soft it is. Well, all the white is cooked, as you can see. Oh, still red hot. Ow, ow, ow. Get a right mess of this, as you can see. Let's use this roasting dish. And have a try. Oh, you can see that. I'll just drop that off there. Tiny bit raw there. You can see it. That's fine, but you can see the egg is nice and soft. That's just how I like them, actually. So quite a nice runny yolk there. So that was right after 7.5 minutes. So I'm going to leave that in there. I'll make a sandwich with that in a minute when I've stopped this filming. So I'll put that to one side. And we're up to 9 minutes 10 seconds now. 9 minutes 19, 9 minutes 20. So we'll take this next one out when it gets to 9:30. Okay, that's that out, and whip that off there and into that. So I'm just going to shove that to one side now. I'm going to turn it off because it's nearly finished all its water, but it has got like an auto shut off thing. It won't boil dry. And you can see I'm not used to doing cookery videos. God, that's hot. So Get it in focus. So this is the one that had 2.5 minutes longer. So this should be hard boiled now. Does produce quite a lot of steam. I've just had a drip fall on me from under the cupboard above, so when you're doing it, I'd do it like away from underneath the cupboard. Got plenty of room for the steam to disappear. So let's see how hard this one is now. That's still the runny yolk left from the other one I've just done. Let's get a fresh bowl. Well, as you can see, that's, well, it's still runny, but it is getting hard at round. So I would give it, so that's actually sort of like come out as 2 runny eggs. I would give it, for hard boiled, even longer. It doesn't matter, you can't cook it too long. So it says 9.5 minutes. I would probably go up to like 11 minutes or something like that. But yeah, it cooked them fine. So that's your boiled eggs, and I'm going to eat these now. Seems a shame to waste them, and come back shortly and we'll do a poached egg. This is just to add, I'm sort of peeling these eggs ready to make a sandwich of, and this is the hard boiled one that we cooked for them 9.5 minutes, and I haven't given it any extra cooking now, and you can see, because it obviously carries on, it's absolutely sizzling red hot when you get it out of the thing, and it carries on cooking, but you could just stick it straight under a cold tap to stop it cooking. But I didn't do anything, and I started peeling it when it's still quite hot. It's still pretty warm now, and you can see it is sort of hard boiled, that. So maybe 1 extra minute, and then just let it cool down on its own, and it'll be hard boiled. So that was the 9.5 minute one. So like I said, I'm going to make a sandwich of these now, and I will come out and do a poached egg. Okay, so we're now going to poach an egg. And what it says this time is fill this up to the medium mark. So I'll do that now. And you can post 1 to 2 eggs on this. So again, pour this onto the heat plate, and as you can see, it's quite a big surface area and not much water, so it reaches temperature really, really quick. So it's like within a minute it's actually bubbling. So what's it say next in the instructions? Let's have a look. Poaching eggs. Pour the water onto the heating plate and place the egg rack on top. So you still need that. Lightly grease the poaching tray. Now this is the poaching tray you get with it, with butter or margarine. So I've just done it. I don't know whether that means the bottom or the side, so I've done everything. I don't know. And I've only got this. Asda's own soft spread. I'm not a big spender, me, as you can see. So place that onto there, like that. Place it onto the air cooker. Plug it in and press the on off, and it time 8.5 minutes. So I'm going to get the egg first, obviously. I'm going to do this off camera so you won't see a mess I'm making of it. I did alright there, I think. So I'm just going to put the 1 egg in. And I'm going to put the lid on. Turn it on. And start timing. So I'm going to time 8.5 minutes now. So I'll just show you how sort of quickly it comes up to the boil. It's just been going 13 seconds now. I don't know whether you can hear that, whether the mic's picking it up, but it's like a kettle coming to the boil. sort of noise. That's 30 seconds. I'll just whip this off just to show you the boiling water. I think it should be there. You can sort of, camera might not have picked it up, but I could see the edges of it were boiling. It's been going 50 seconds now. I don't want to lose too much steam, but there you can hear it boiling away. So we'll now time, what would it say, 8.5 minutes. I suppose with the poached egg, you can see now the condensation running off the top. With a poached egg, you can actually keep an eye on it and see how it's cooking, which you can't with a boiled egg with it being in the shell. But so I'll come back, turn the camera off now, and we'll come back in 6 or 7 minutes. Okay, as you can see, it's now coming up to 8.5 minutes. Get 10 seconds. Right, so I'm sorry if you missed a bit there. The camera threw a wobble and shut off. So that's it after 8.5 minutes. I've turned it off here. I've taken the lid off, obviously. So let's see how it comes out of the thing. So I'll put the machine to one side now, and just see how it comes out into a bowl. So that, yeah, it slips out pretty easy, and as you can see, it's the white is nicely cooked. The yolk is hard, so I would do it for myself. I'd do it like 1 minute less than the 8.5 that it suggests, because that's a hard yolk now. But I'll save that later and have another egg sandwich for me dinner. And yeah, but as you can see, the white is nicely cooked, and I'm not going to bother doing an omelette. Far too much work for me chopping up meat and vegetables and things and whisking it. I haven't even got a whisk in a bowl. too much hassle for me, that. And I suppose, but you just, it just says do that. I'll read out the omelette bit. Beat the eggs in a bowl and add your omelette ingredients such as cheese, onion, peppers or cooked meats, etc. Lightly grease the poaching tray using butter and margarine and pour the omelette mixture in. Follow the instructions for poaching eggs. So you just do it in that. So it'd end up quite a small omelette, but ideal for 1 or 2 poached eggs. Okay, so I'll have a bit of a wash up now. Good thing is about it as well, not much, I mean, there's nothing really to do there. Just dry the excess water out of there. That stays perfectly clean. I've only got that to clean, so there's no pan or cleaning your stove after or anything like that. So yeah, I'll have a clear up now, and then we'll do the final conclusion. So there you have it. This is like about an hour after I just did that cooking demo. And yeah, it went great. Like I said, I'd never, seriously, I'm 63 years old now, I'd never poached an egg in my life. I think I boiled an egg many years ago, whatever, but yeah, seriously, because my wife, God bless her, she died last year, she did all that, and I've no interest, never had in cooking. But, and that's why I didn't, like I said at the beginning of this video, it just seems so much hassle doing an egg. I love a fried egg, but frying it in a frying pan and having fat and oil in there and cleaning it afterwards. Well, this was great. As you saw then, yeah, it's all compact. It doesn't take much room up in the kitchen. Hardly any cleaning. You don't really have to clean that because it's only the egg shells come into contact with it. That just gets covered in moisture and clear moisture and steam, so it basically cleans itself. You just fill that with water, so the only bit you have to clean is that, and it's quite a good quality plastic as well. It's really thick and quite bendy. It's not going to break very easy. It's nice quality, and just your heated tray. It's just basically at the bottom of the kettle, your heating element. And as I mentioned before, it's just 350 watts. Now you can get these sort of things. My daughter's got one, a microwave egg cooker. And I think it's a similar thing, but without the heated element. You just fill it with water and that. But of course, you've got to put that in your microwave, and your microwave is about 800 watts. Probably cooks a bit quicker because it's probably using some of the microwave energy to cook the egg as well. But 350 watts, and it comes to boil. So 9.5 minutes to cook 7 eggs. If you wanted to cook 7 at once on 350 watts, is pretty good. So yes, I would recommend it, particularly at £7. I mean, you can't go wrong with £7. And yeah, the plastics seem very, very nice. So yeah, thoroughly recommended from Home Bargains, the Hairy Bikers, and again, best of luck to Dave on his current illness. The Hairy Bikers egg cooker. So coming up soon, I've been mentioning this all year, but as you know, I've done quite a few reviews on my old ZS EV Mark 1, my MG electric car. Look around the site, there's plenty of reviews on various things I've done to that. And I had one on order since December last year, the new facelifted Mark 2. I don't think that's ever going to come. It just seems to have disappeared into nowhere. But as you probably know, MG have come out with a new car called the MG4, and I placed an order straight away for that the day after order books opened. I'd been told that I should get it within 2 weeks. My fourth choice of colour, I wanted in this order orange, red, blue and white. But they've emailed me to say they've got a white one for me in the next delivery. So I said, I'll take it, because I prefer the orange, but I'll take it. I quite like the white, you know. I wouldn't take it if I didn't like it. It's just the two darker colours I didn't like, the black and the silver. So I will be getting, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll believe it when I see it, my MG4 within the next couple of weeks. So rest assured there'll be plenty of reviews on that. Not reviews of the car, because they're all over YouTube and the internet. Just normal reviews. But things like fitting me dash cam, front and back dash cam that I had in me, my ZS. I've taken that out, obviously. I'll be fitting it in this. I'll do a video of that. I'll do a video of the vehicle to load, running my lawnmower and strimmer. And I'm also going to wire up the shed here so I can run it off the car at a cheaper rate electricity that I've used overnight. So all that will be explained, but so keep your eye out for loads of reviews on gadgets and additives and things I do to the MG4. So I hope this has been of some use. If you did like it, give us a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, please click the little symbol of the shed here, and I'll be back with the next review, whatever that might be, as soon as possible. See you for that. Bye for now.